gets expensive being a single mom and going to school and going to work. It just gets really expensive. So,
like going through the pandemic, my parents lost their jobs, so it was really hard to get nutritious food on our table.
Family is the number one goal, and the number one thing that I keep in my mind is what drives me.
300 people a day get food. Some of it I bring back, some of it gets delivered. 300 people a day.
It's a lot of help because every time I go to the supermarket, everything is so expensive, and over here they give me, the essential food we need at home, like meat, milk, vegetables, fruit, and all the kind of grains and stuff. Is really, really a lot of help for my family.
In the Antelope Valley alone, through our recent public health report, food insecurity report, we know that there are 24,000 households that with incomes less than 300% of the federal poverty level that experience and that have reported low and very low food security. So we know that that's a major issue.
SAVES is the food bank for the city of Palmdale, and we provide essential services such as food. Currently, we are picking up food from 8 vendors locally, from local stores.
We have 7 key values here at Trader Joe's, the company-wide, and one of our values is that we are a neighborhood store. So not just do we donate the food, but we like donating to South Antelope Valley Emergency Services, otherwise known as SAVES, because it is local, and being participating and helping our specific local neighborhood, our local community is one of our, like I said, company-wide values. It's super important.
In other words, food that could be eaten and it's still in good condition needs to be directed to organizations that can redirect it to families in need. Through SB 1383, in addition to having programs to compost or to process organic waste, there's a requirement to do edible food recovery.
So the Nutrition and Physical Activity Program, through our CalFresh Healthy Living funding, has partnered to rescue produce and distribute that produce to communities in high need. And through that partnership, we've been able to rescue 2 million pounds of produce. And that's just been something we're really proud of.
Anything and everything that is no longer sellable, that we just can't charge people money for it, but it is not trash, which can just be that, the packages may be damaged a little bit, so we can't guarantee the integrity of it to sell it to customers at the retail price, but it's still perfectly good, totally edible. We pull everything off of the shelf. If it just didn't sell and the expiration date is coming up soon, then we'll go ahead and pull it. That way you guys can get it to the people that need it before it does, in fact, expire, get to that date. Other than that, we compost everything, we recycle everything that we can. Zero waste is super, super important to us and always our goal.
Yeah, we drive like more or less like 60 miles a day, back and forth, back and forth.
They usually come in, they knock. My team right away gets everything up and loaded, and then they come in and take it. We scan it through our thing just to let everybody know what's going out. We have to keep track of that as well, of how many boxes, how many labels are going out, and then from there it's pretty quick. It's usually about a 10-15 minute process. Like for example, banana, it has a little bit of brown spots. It doesn't mean it's bad. It's just getting to the point where it's ripening, like everything, right? So we try to get stuff before it gets to that point of no return, you can say, so someone else can consume it. Because I would eat a banana that has a couple brown spots versus one that's fully green or fully yellow. It's not gonna hurt my feelings or hurt anybody, right? So we just try to pretty much nitpick and be really aggressive with what we donate instead of, like I said, throwing it to the trash.
No, this is food that could be eaten. It's just There are certain standards that restaurants, grocery stores, etc. have, and they need to adhere to those standards. And that food is not meeting that standard for one reason or another. But it is still edible and it's still safe to eat. So instead of throwing that food away, they will donate it to these food recovery organizations.
So organic service has actually been in place since 2014. So we've had businesses in the community already subscribing to an organics program where they're sorting their food material. One of the main components with SB 1383 is the edible food recovery piece. So making sure that these businesses are also, donating edible food that can be used for people in the community to utilize. And so that's a big component of SB 1383. The state really wants to see 20% of food being recovered.
We work very closely with WM, and we can send our staff, or WM can send their staff, to make a personalized action plan for them so that they can be in full compliance. And we're also working with the edible food recovery organizations as well to make sure that they get in touch with those businesses that need to have these kind of arrangements.
We work really closely with our business communities. We have dedicated recycling reps that are in the field and dedicated to assisting businesses with their recycling programs. So, not only do you get a service, but you get a dedicated resource, someone that's there to help you develop a program. We want to be successful together. And so we'll come out, do site visits, work with you to see what you're generating, how much service you need. And then, another component is educating. So we'll do staff trainings, presentations with your team to get them on board.
I'm here in the pantry. I come at least once or twice a week. It really helps because I have small kids. So I get like snacks and stuff for him. He has to bring snacks to school, and it kind of helps with fruits and vegetables. That's really expensive at the grocery store, so it kind of helps out to supplement here.
The food program was actually established years ago. So the dean that I work for is Dr. Jill Zimmerman, and she's actually told me the story of where it all began. But essentially there were some students that came to her who were in need, and part of her background is counseling and mental health. So she really speaks to some of the students who are in crisis on our campus. And one of those students told her, "I'm hungry, I can't think straight in the classroom, I'm struggling." And at that time, she just essentially bought them a meal for the day. And it kind of got those wheels turning for her. And that inspiration came to where they started doing a food pantry where students could come once a week. And then as the state started establishing basic needs centers and that program and that funding, it's expanded into this. And honestly, the service that our students use the most is our food resources. So we want to make sure that they're doing well in school, and we're supporting them by providing food so they can focus in the classroom.
And I love this program. I can come in anytime, and it really not only helps me, but my family. I bring foods for my family. They have chips and stuff, but they also have like produce, which is great for us because we buy a lot of like vegetables and fruits.
Like going through the pandemic, my parents lost their jobs, so it was really hard to get nutritious food on our table. And this helped a lot with the fruits and vegetables and getting that every other week or so. And then recently, my house had burnt down, so we were homeless for a little bit. So they provided a lot of resources for us as far as getting back on our feet and getting food.
So Antelope Valley Partners for Health is a local nonprofit organization that collaborates with community partners to fill gaps in services. So through our Food Hub collaboration, that delivery of produce that comes from Food Forward, we all meet at Antelope Valley College, and that is where our allotments are distributed amongst all of our respective pantry sites.
Everything rides on the resources that I have here to continue to go to be able to get my degree so that I can move forward with my life and support my family.
It gets expensive being a single mom and, going to school and going to work. It just gets really expensive. So the state doesn't help me. So When I'm out of money, I can just come grab the things I need. Like today, I need green peppers. So I'm gonna grab some of those and I'm gonna have dinner ready for the kids when they get home. So I don't know where I will be sometimes without this.
The food, when it comes here, it needs to be sorted and separated between food that is good for consumption and things that are not good for consumption. So that takes a lot of time and effort. And as you can see, we then display it and put it out for our community to choose from. So it's a lot of manual labor, a lot of work. And we do have the blessings of having a lot of organizations and a lot of volunteers helping us do so.
Wow, it's a big impact. With all the need that our community and our city have right now, and all the times we're going through it, between COVID, and I know Saves is going to be 40 years around here, but it's been an immensely, tremendously change for the community. Why? Because the community can reliable. It can rely on Saves. If they need food, they know where to get it. If Saves wasn't right here, or if Saves did not exist, I think there will be a lot of struggle for the family. For our community, is amazing. It's priority. It have to continue for many, many years because our community really, really need it.
People that are in need are able to come here and, get clothing. They're able to get food, and there's no cost to them. And I mean, that's good for the community.
Porque ya yo estoy retirada, tengo 74 años y ya no puedo trabajar. Pero sí, me gusta ayudar. La gente, a veces de lo que me dan aquí, les llevo a gente que no puede venir, mis compañeras. Y es muchísima ayuda para nosotros, es mucha ayuda. Estamos felices y más me encanta ahora que dice, ponen el número, ¿no? Puedes agarrar esto y ya llevamos solo lo que necesitamos, no necesitamos llevar más. Podemos venir cada semana, una vez al mes, como podemos.
So I've had the opportunity to speak with a lot of the recipients because I sometimes work the front counter. So I'm actually dealing with the people that are able to, take advantage. The recipients are very happy. They're really glad that Saves exist, that they can come here on a regular basis and get help.
Because I like to meet new people and I like to help people. And everybody's nice here with us.
I mentioned this is a state law. It is being required by law, but there is a huge benefit coming from this. And I think these restaurants, supermarkets, etc., that are under this law will really appreciate to see that instead of it being thrown away or going to waste, it is actually going to people who could really use it.
Small or large donations from vendors, we're able to work with them. They can give us a call and we'll be more than happy to figure out how we can best help them help the community.
What I'm really hoping is that a business that is watching this video, or perhaps one that is concerned with how they're going to be in compliance, can not only see that there are ways to be in compliance, but also to see the positive effect of it.
It's good for morale. A lot of people that work here live in this community. They know that if they were to fall on hard times, there's a support system. We know that Saves operates through the city of Palmdale. That's super important. I mean, it's like a trickle down, it's about like the money, it's about the people, it's about the environment.
We fed a lot of people. So then that's something that we take pride in my store. It's really easy.
Yeah, the city is here to help. We don't want to fine businesses. We don't want to take any kind of enforcement actions. We want to work with them. So for those businesses that really don't know what to do or how to do it, we're here to help.
This is a huge need, and I hope they continue to do it, because just like I said, the green peppers, I couldn't even afford those today. So, and I didn't have to go to the grocery store. I can come and use my points for that.
Family is the number one goal, and the number one thing that I keep in my mind is what drives me. And that's what drives me to go back to school, because without an education, you're not able to provide for your family as well as you would like to.
You know, I have to plan like how to budget, like how much to spend, but over here, like knowing here I can just grab and go, and it's also free, so that helps so much with my stress.
I realized the opportunities that I had and the resources that helped me get there. If I didn't have those, I knew I would very easily end up in either prison or dead. So it inspired me to become a correctional psychiatrist, to work in the prisons with people. I would like to say thank you so much for your contributions. Thank you for supporting your community, the community members that are going to be funding and helping the community in the future.
We're talking about grocery stores, restaurants, schools, hotels. There's a lot of different kinds of businesses that fall within the category of, they have it organized as Tier 1 or Tier 2 generators. And I know, for example, Saves has partners that really don't fall within the category of a Tier 1 or a Tier 2 business, but they recognize the value of donating the food that they cannot sell to Saves so that others can eat it.
Residents can come on Monday through Thursday. We are open Mondays 1 to 4, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 11 to 4. And residents just need to be able to provide proof of income, proof of address, and how many people in their household.
Our services, our department, has a major impact on students' lives. So we try to ensure that we're teaching them those life goals of how to go to the grocery store with a certain budget and make sure that they leave with as many meals as possible.
The food pantry is open twice a month, every second and fourth Friday of the month, from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Utilizing that model, the Nutrition Pantry program, that is how we've established some of the different components of our food pantry. So healthier options, a more welcoming environment, and collaboration with community partners to provide more resources to our members that visit the pantries.